Well, they say money and spirituality don't go hand in hand, but for Aga Khan, it was quite the opposite. The Imam of the Ismaili Muslims and head of a major aid foundation, who passed away in Lisbon at the age of 88, was also a billionaire in his own right, who used his huge reserve of wealth to build homes, hospitals and schools for those in need in other countries. On Wednesday, Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi, taking to X, condoled the death of Aga Khan, describing him as a visionary who dedicated his life to service and spirituality. But who was he? And why does his story matter? Born as Prince Shah Karim al-Husseini, at a young age of just 20, Khan became the spiritual leader of the world's millions of Ismaili Muslims. This even as he was still studying at Harvard and led the global Ismaili Muslim community for over 6 whole decades. But what made a community repose its faith on such a young person to lead them? You see, Khan was chosen by his grandfather, Sultan Mahmud Shah Aga Khan, over his son, Prince Aga Khan, to lead the diaspora of Shia Ismaili Muslims, apparently so that he can instill new age values among his followers who considered Khan to be a direct descendant of the Prophet Muhammad. And not only did he win recognition from his community, but also from the late Queen Elizabeth II herself, who recognized Khan as His Highness, and that's just a few weeks after he became an Imam in 1957. Over the years, Khan evolved into a business magnate and also philanthropist. And 10 years later, in 1967, he founded the Aga Khan Network, which employs 80,000 people and finances programs, particularly in Asia and Africa, as well as in countries with limited healthcare access. This made him a man who could straddle both with the material and spiritual world. And post his death, condolences have poured in from all parts of the world to honor this well-known figure. As per the Aga Khan Network, his successor will be announced soon. Some people remain immortal even after death. And seeing Khan's truly rich legacy, it's safe to say he was one of them. Well, according to a Reuters report, India's finance ministry has asked its employees to avoid using AI tools like ChatGPT and DeepSeek for official purposes. The Reuters report quotes that the ministry sources that the idea is to avoid any risk posed to the government documents and data. Well, India's move follows similar restrictions placed by Australia and Italy. Well, both Australia and Italy have banned DeepSeek from all government devices. Reports say that the Indian Finance Ministry, in an internal department advisory, has said that it has been determined that AI tools and AI apps such as ChatGPT, DeepSeek, etc. in the office computers and devices poses risks to the government documents and data. Reports of the advisory have surfaced on the same day as OpenAI CEO Sam Altman met with India's IT Minister Ashwini Vaishnaw. OpenAI is under fire in India due to a major copyright dispute with the country's leading media organizations. More than 5 Indian media organizations have now filed a lawsuit against OpenAI, accusing the company of, and I'm quoting here, improperly using copyrighted content by reproducing material from news websites without permission. Meanwhile, OpenAI has said that copyright laws protect only expression and not facts, adding that the Indian lawsuit is irrelevant. Well, U.S. President Donald Trump issued an executive order last month halting the development of a U.S. central bank digital currency, or CBDC. This move aimed at regulating assets, which has unintentionally opened the door for global alternatives, most notably China's digital yuan. With over 98% of central banks worldwide engaged in CBDC, the U.S. ban risks isolating the dollar from a rapidly evolving financial landscape. Experts warn that this could accelerate de-dollarization as countries seek faster, more efficient cross-border payment solutions beyond the US dollar. China's digital yuan has been in development since 2014, making the country a global leader in CBDC adoption. Despite competition from private players like Alipay and WeChat Pay, the digital yuan recorded transactions worth 7.3 trillion yuan, which is approximately $1 trillion by July 2024. Nearly 180 million personal wallets have been opened as well, reflecting China's aggressive push. Initiatives like Project M-Bridge involving Hong Kong, Thailand, UAE and Saudi Arabia are also expanding the yuan's cross-border reach. Meanwhile, agreements with global banks, including Standard Chartered, signal China's intent to globalize the digital yuan. Yuan's growth aligns with China's broader strategy to increase the yuan's global footprint. In 2023, the yuan surpassed the US dollar in China's bilateral trade settlements for the first time. By mid-2024, it ranked fourth globally in payment volumes, that's ahead of the Japanese yen. The petro-yuan is gaining traction in crude oil transactions, challenging the dominance of the petrodollar. While China's cross-border interbank payment system, or CIPS, is key to this shift, with global banks like HSBC joining as direct participants. Well, as the US steps back from CBDC, China is positioning the yuan as a serious contender in reshaping global finance.